Hash, hash, hash. The man in the tan coat. Everyone who grows up in Burlington, Iowa gets told the same rule. It's not about looking both ways before you cross the street or not talking to strangers. It's simpler and more absolute. You never, under any circumstances, acknowledge the man in the tan coat. As a kid, you don't question it. It's just one of those things. You see him sometimes, a tall, lanky figure in a trench coat the colour of dusty sand, standing on a street corner or sitting alone on a park bench. His face was always blurred, like a smudge on a camera lens. Your parents would just gently take your hand, look straight ahead and whisper, "Don't look, just walk." The legend, passed down in hushed tones, is that if you acknowledge him, if you make eye contact or worse, speak to him, he'll ask you a question. No one knows what the question is. Those who heard it are never the same. They don't die, not exactly. They just fade. They lose their jobs, their friends, the light in their eyes. They become husks, wandering the town, forgetting things. Until one day they forget how to breathe. I was 17 when my friend Mark decided the rule was stupid. Small-town boredom makes you do reckless things. He said it was all a joke, a story to keep kids in line. I was nervous, but I followed him. We found the man by the old grain silos, just standing there, facing the wall. Mark puffed out his chest and shouted, "Hey, you in the coat! Nice weather, huh?" The air went cold. I mean physically cold. My breath fogged, and the man, he turned. Not his whole body, just his head like an owl. And I saw it, that smudged, featureless face. Mark's smirk vanished. The man took a step forward and his voice, it didn't sound like a voice. It was like dry leaves skittering across pavement. He asked Mark his question. I was too far away to hear it, but I saw Mark's face go slack. All the colour drained from him right there. He just turned and walked away, without a single word to me. The next day at school, Mark was different. He couldn't remember my name. He couldn't remember the quadratic formula, which he'd aced just the week before. By Friday, he'd forgotten how to drive. His parents pulled him out of school. I'd see him sometimes, walking aimlessly through the town square, his eyes empty. He was fading. The guilt ate me alive. I should have stopped him. A month later, Mark was gone. The official report said his family moved away, but we all knew. He'd finally forgotten something vital. The town moved on, but I couldn't. Last night I was taking out the trash. The street was empty, and I saw him, standing under the flickering street lamp at the end of my driveway, the man in the tan coat. He was looking right at my house, right at me. My blood turned to ice. I ran inside, locked every door and window. I peered through the blinds. He was gone. I thought I was safe. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding, and then I heard it. A soft, scraping sound, right behind my front door. A slow, deliberate knock. Knock, knock. My heart stopped. I didn't move. I couldn't. The knocking stopped. Silence. And then, the sound of an envelope being slid under the door. I waited until morning to touch it. There was no writing on it. My hands trembled as I opened it. Inside was a single pristine white business card. There was no name, no number, just 2 sentences printed in a simple, elegant font. Asterisk, you witnessed a transgression. Asterisk, the debt of knowledge must be paid. I don't know what it means. I'm terrified. I haven't left my house in 3 days. The town rule was never for our protection. I see that now. It was for Asterisk, his asterisk, to keep his work a secret. And now I'm part of the secret. He's outside again. I can see his shadow through the frosted glass. He's not knocking this time. He's just waiting. And I think I'm starting to forget things. What was my mother's maiden name? It was